Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! You know, when I really think about it, being a YouTuber is awesome because you get to talk about Descendants of Zombies every day and upload videos to your YouTube channel that inspires so many wonderful people who hit your subscribe and your like buttons all the time, all day, every day, psycho-like. And you get to play PlayStation 5 all day when you're not uploading videos to your YouTube channel. So it's really awesome being a YouTube creator, but the greatest honor of my life has always and forever been I get to entertain each and every one of you with the videos that I upload. So let's talk about Descendants of Zombies, because there's a lot to talk about when Descendants of Zombies comes up in the conversation. I know that a lot of YouTube creators don't feel that way when it comes to Descendants of Zombies, and they don't leave you with that everlasting impression on your hearts like I try to do. Because I think that if you're going to talk about your favorite Descendants of Zombies stars, your favorite moments, your favorite songs, for whatever reason you became a fan of and were inspired by Descendants of Zombies, I think you've really got to show up, because the girl watching your video who is a fan of Descendants of Zombies is going to let you know about it and how she feels about Descendants of Zombies. So you've really got to be on point. You got to present a case as to why you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and you've really got to show up on your YouTube channel and show that never-ending love and support that has forever and always existed in your heart for Descendants of Zombies and your favorite stars like Clarke, who I love with all my heart. And guys, that's one thing you've got to know about me and never ever forget, is that I love Clarke with all of my heart, which is why when I see her subjected to all this criticism for bringing this character Red to life, it really breaks my heart. I've got to be honest with each and every one of you. It breaks my heart into a million pieces when I see Clarke being reviewed the way she has been, because over the last year she has skyrocketed to superstardom, and she is deserving of every accolade she has received and been the recipient of, and all these great reviews coming from fans is exactly what I wanted to see happen for Clarke. I want to take away this criticism, and I want to remove the pressure off of her shoulders, because there's a lot of pressure that goes with being Clarke. Just imagine waking up every day being Clarke, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, oh my God, I'm Clarke. I'm the character Red. I inspire millions of people. Tens of millions of people are subscribing to me on social every day. What am I going to do with myself? I think I would go out of my mind, but I think it would be so fun experiencing the life of a Descendant star because of all the exposure, all the fun that you would get to have, because I forever and always believe that the greatest honor of my life was sitting in front of this microphone every day, recording this podcast, and talking to you about how I felt about Descendants of Zombies. The scary thing forever and always has been for me how people were going to receive my videos if they were going to allow me to share the spotlight with them, because I never know what kind of response I'm going to receive for each video I upload. But every video I upload, more people fall in love with this YouTube channel. I guess because the guy is committed to uploading Descendants of Zombies videos. Because I'll take you back to over a year ago when this YouTube channel first premiered. I was very dedicated about uploading Descendants of Zombies videos. At that time, I didn't know what niche I was going to provide commentary for. I just came back after a nearly 7-year hiatus. I think it was 5 years hiatus maximum. I had come back. I didn't know how this new generation of Disney was going to receive me. And then I noticed the popularity of Descendants of Zombies after a bunch of girls showed up at my door every year on Halloween trying to persuade me and eventually convince me to upload Descendants of Zombies videos for a very powerful niche. Hey, Jonathan Clarke, what's wrong with you? Upload Descendants of Zombies videos so we can go home and subscribe to the greatest YouTuber's YouTube channel of all time. You're crazy about Descendants of Zombies like us. So I took it under advisement, and a year and a half later we're here with over almost 4,000 people having subscribed to this YouTube channel, and with nearly 4,000 people having put up and happened for this YouTube channel. It really blows my mind, and it never ceases to amaze me how incredibly supportive you are of your favorite stars. So because I have up over 4,000 people put up on this YouTube channel, I've got a lot to deal with. And I'm under a lot of pressure when I upload videos about Descendants of Zombies, but I have so much fun, and in every video that I upload for you guys, it never ceases to amaze me your appreciation for this product, so it doesn't give me any right to criticize it. And if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to show up out of support and love for Clarke, because I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you guys. I have the biggest crush in the world on Ruby Rose Turner and Clarke, especially Kylie, for how she took a franchise that started as a whisper that really never meant anything to Dove Cameron and turned it into a global phenomenon. The reason why Descendants is a global phenomenon being received the way it is now unquestionably has everything to do with Clarke's passion and her dedication. And we can't forget to mention the dedication of people like Ruby and Freya and Malachi. They are beautiful people in their own right, but I think that Clarke has really set the tone for Descendants for the foreseeable future. The stars that will come into the franchise, the moments that have been created. We've forever and always been a part of something special because of Descendants of Zombies, and that's all I ever wanted to do. was inspire people and be a part of something special. And you guys gave me the honor and showed me the honor and that distinction of being your voice of Descendants and Zombies. And ever since becoming your voice of Descendants and Zombies, I think there's always been something about my voice being associated with this franchise. And when my voice is not associated with this franchise, it's really missed. Because I'm the one that helps you make sense of Descendants and Zombies. And I'm the one that shows it the prestige and the love and the passion and the dedication and everything else that goes with it, all wrapped up in the one about Descendants and Zombies. Because most people who upload videos about Descendants and Zombies don't care about your reactions, don't care about the franchise. And I think that's a lack of respect. I think it's a lack of appreciation. And I think that if you're going to upload a video about Descendants and Zombies, you've got to be supportive of the fans who have been supportive of you, because they will love you for forever. Shout out to every other YouTube creator who may have attempted, and I say attempted very lightly, to upload a video about Descendants and Zombies. You've got to show that same appreciation for the fans who will love you for forever and always, because their love is unconditional when it comes to Descendants and Zombies. They love the stars for whatever reason. They're a fan of the stars. They love the story. They love the script. They love the possibility of them finding true love and lasting forever, how happily ever after can exist for them, because in a world like Descendants and Oradon, anything is possible. Any dream can become a reality and become that much closer to you than you've ever realized. And for those of you who may have forgotten about that, I want to bring you back to reality, because Descendants and Zombies really has struck a chord with a lot of people. So because it's struck a chord with a lot of people, the reality of life that we're faced with is Descendants and Zombies just all around. There's a beautiful conversation to have every day, and that's precisely why I've dedicated the rest of my life, even if that's what that means, to uploading videos about your favorite stars and the franchise that you grew up with. And because I know what it's like to grow up being a fan of a franchise, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, whatever franchise you were a fan of, I just wanted to honor that forever and always, because I really believe that there's a certain pride and a passion that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies every single time that you do it. And that doesn't mean to sit in front of your camera every day, an expensive camera, $500 later, and talk about Descendants and Zombies in such a negative light. You've got to talk about it with the same passion that exists in the heart of the viewer that's watching the video. Because the reality of this universe is really big, but even with how big this universe is, it's a galaxy beyond galaxies. There's a girl out there tonight watching this video who is very passionate about Descendants and Zombies, who knows everything about her favorite star, from their favorite color to what they love, what they hate, their relationship status. Every single time Kylie Control moves, they know about it, because they're always photoshopping, or they're always reading some article trying to stay up to date, and in that informative loop, as I've referred to it many times, about what's happening with Kylie Control. You guys are crazy about Kylie Control. You're crazy about Ruby. You're crazy about Nova, Freya Sky. You're crazy about Malachi. So, because you're crazy about them, you know everything there is to know about them. And I think that as a YouTuber, you've got to understand where these Descendants and Zombies fans are coming from. And if you can understand where they're coming from and why they love Descendants and Zombies precisely, you'll never be more accurate, because you'll have a bond that will be unbreakable with your fans. Your audience will love you for forever, and this is a niche that you'll want to stay with forever and always. And that's why I've dedicated my life to you guys, because you're so passionate about it. You know, we've seen so many franchises Disney fans have been passionate about, became passionate about over the last 20 years. Frozen, High School Musical, Hannah Montana, Wizards. I mean, everybody was crazy about Frozen. And to be honest with you guys, there was something about a snowman having a carrot sticking out through the back of his head and falling out through the back of his head that I loved. And my nephew was really crazy about Frozen too. He never fails to tell me the story about how he saw Frozen for the first time ever and saw that carrot falling out through the back of Olaf's nose. But the thing was, the characters in Frozen inspired us in so many unbelievable ways. The characters in Hannah Montana brought the franchise to life because of a passion for friendship, even though they weren't the best of friends off the set of Hannah Montana. Emily and Miley made it work. So we became fans of whatever franchises we were a fan of and can remember being a fan of, but I can never remember a franchise having such a profound impact on my heart like Descendants did. The rumbly-tumbly era is ongoing now on Disney Speedstorm, on Disney Speedstorm's official website, and even that's not getting great reviews like Descendants and Zombies is getting right now. As cool as it sounds, you can play as your favorite characters in Disney Speedstorm, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Rabbit, and Gopher. I think that Descendants and Zombies, the rumbly-tumbly adventure, is a really catchy name, and they just came off the Alice in Wonderland Season 2. And Disney Dreamlight Valley actually released a lot of patches that are coming out between now and December, which I'm really excited about. But the point being, everything Disney has going on, everything is overshadowed by Descendants and Zombies, and this is precisely what I wanted to have happen for that franchise for forever. Because if you're passionate about Descendants and Zombies, and you believe in it as much as what I have over the last 10 years, this past decade being a decade I will never ever forget, I'm here to tell you guys, keep on believing in it and keep on holding those memories Descendants has created and made happen for you closer to your heart than ever before, because I'm here to tell you guys there's nothing wrong with it. I've received criticism for every video that I've uploaded since day one that I became a supporter and a fan of Descendants of Zombies, but the way that I've looked at it and perceived it is the day Jonathan Clarke became a Descendants of Zombies fan, that was the greatest day in Descendants of Zombies history. I say that because I could use my intelligence and my critiqued nature to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies to attract thousands of people. Now, my intention was never to attract thousands of people to a YouTube channel. I just wanted to share my passions with each and every one of you. And long after I discovered the passion that existed in our hearts for Descendants of Zombies, I used that to spread my own message of kindness, because that's all I ever wanted to do, was spread a message of kindness, to let Kylie Control and Ruby Rose Turner simply know that everything was going to be okay. And why I wanted them to know everything was going to be okay was I saw the videos of criticism. I saw them being asked the same 10 repetitive questions on repeat for interviews and being showed so much disrespect. All I ever wanted them to know was that everything was going to be okay, because Kylie Control has been wasting her tears for forever when she should be focusing on what matters, and that's her friendships with each and every one of you. Because some of her greatest friends were the fans of Descendants of Zombies, and that's undeniable. And the passion you have shown and your dedication to Kylie, your dedication to Descendants dolls and Halloween costumes and celebrating Descendants of Zombies so festively is something I will never ever forget. Because it not only gave me the honor to talk about Descendants of Zombies for the rest of my life on this YouTube channel, which I intend on doing, and I'm very serious about talking about Descendants of Zombies for the rest of my life, even if that's what that means, because I want to showcase it for its truest potential and show it a greater appreciation than any other YouTuber, which will solidify my legacy as the greatest YouTuber of all time. Because if you're going to talk about Descendants of Zombies, you really got to show up and be on point. And that doesn't mean having to record a reaction video of the Don't Mess With This music video or the Place to Be music video, because so many people do that time and time again. And I've grown very tired of it because it's lackluster. And it's not really showing you a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies if you fill your backdrop up with so much Descendants of Zombies merchandise, because it's a cluster. The thing is, if you're going to record a video about Descendants of Zombies, you've got to show up and let everybody know why you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies and why you're so passionate about it. The same thing can be said about a theater kid. Why is a theater kid so passionate about theater? Because he or she loves to act, loves to entertain, loves every aspect generally and genuinely about theater and bringing a project to life like High School Musical or Beauty and the Beast, just some random play productions I can throw at you. Because the audience will let you know if they love you, but on the other side of the spectrum, they'll also let you know if they hate you and if they accept you or not. So I think that with every challenge we're faced with, Descendants of Zombies really helped us cope with that, and people have become stronger because of Descendants of Zombies. They're standing up more for what they believe in, and that is precisely the emphatic message that I've often tried to relay on this YouTube channel, because there's nothing wrong with being a fan of whatever you're a fan of. Some people love playing with Play-Doh, some people love playing with slime, some people love playing with video games. I think everybody has a passion. I just showed you my PS5 controller, which I had to put on charge because I was just finishing up playing a game before I, recorded this video. And you guys are probably saying to yourself, "Hey, Jonathan Clarke, man, I love your room. I love your stuffies. I love your set." I put a lot of time into this set, and there's a lot of people who make this YouTube channel happen that you don't see, that are some of my best friends, because they encouraged me to create this YouTube channel and go back on YouTube after a 5-year hiatus, because they believed my story had been told, but only so much of it had been heard. And because my story had never been told and completed, that's what I'm here to do, to ensure that long after my life is over, my legacy is left behind for being a very passionate Disney fan or for whatever I believed in, so be it Descendants of Zombies. Because I'm just excited to find out what's inside of that vortex like each and every one of you, what the next chapter of Victor and Nova's story will detail. It's just a matter of us making predictions right now, and that's all we're going to read about up until 2028, which is the forecast, the release date, the rumors revolving around Zombies 5. I've never really cared about what the title was of Zombies. I never really cared what the story was going to detail. I just wanted to know more about Victor and Nova because they look great together. So regardless of what's inside of that vortex, it's going to be a beautiful story regardless of how you feel about it or how some critic will upload a review about it. Because within hours, I guarantee you, of Zombies 5's premiere, Descendants 5 Book Wonderland's premiere next summer, there will be critical reviews uploaded, and I'm going to be very upset with what I'm going to see on these videos. So if you believe in Descendants of Zombies and you're just as passionate as what I am about it and have become about it and been left inspired by over the last 10 years, you will subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like Aladdin asked Jasmine before he took him on that magic carpet ride, he asked her, "Do you trust me?" And Jasmine responded, I do. And ever since they went on that magic carpet ride, they realized they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. And the same thing happened for Zed and Addison. The same thing happened for Red and Chloe with their friendship. I think that every classic Disney tale and story has inspired what's happening in Descendants and Zombies, which is why there's a greater appreciation to have and to showcase about Descendants and Zombies every single time. I think that a lot of YouTube creators just don't realize that. And because they don't realize that, you can't see the value or the greater appreciation coming from their videos because it's never existed to begin with from the very first 30 seconds of a video that they uploaded about Descendants and Zombies, because all they want from you is to hit that subscribe button. I have never cared about qualifying for monetization opportunities or the YouTube partnership program, as difficult as that is to run off the back of my tongue. All I've ever wanted to do was be on YouTube and talk to you guys about Descendants and Zombies because I feel very passionate about it. And I remember those iconic moments when Zed and Addison met for the first time in the zombie safe zone. While it may have been very harsh to keep zombies locked down in the basement of a high school, keeping them away from humans, they learned to coexist, and Zed and Addison realized they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together because of how they felt very passionate about each other. Red and Chloe understood the value of friendship and how important it actually is. And I think over 10 years later, after Descendants and Zombies touched our hearts and never failed to do so from chapter to chapter, installment to installment, I think more people are the best of friends because of Descendants and Zombies, and I feel more confident now that people will stay friends for the rest of their lives because I've seen it with my own two eyes, and that's why I felt very passionate about Descendants and Zombies, why I felt very passionate about video games. I know I talk a lot about video games and movies, but I do it because when I hear Freya Sky talking about her passion for the Vampire Diaries, I think about back on when I was a fan of the Vampire Diaries and feeling so intrigued by that story. How Stefan and Elena wanted to find the cure for vampirism to cure their best friends, and how they sacrificed everything just to keep each other in their lives. I think about being a fan of Twilight and being so overwhelmed by how many people actually love the franchise, and I learned to accept it years later. I think about all the times that I was a fan and gave to Disney because I really put my heart into Disney, and I see the passion, that same passion, existing forever and always in the hearts of your favorite stars. So because I see Freya Sky loving video games, wanting to play board games, I have cordially invited them to come to my house and play board games with me because I understand the value in that, and I understand how precious time actually is. Why is time so precious? Because time always runs out, and we never know how much time we have. So because time is very valuable and a commodity that we never really think about, because we never know how much time we have, I would love to spend that time talking about Descendants and Zombies for the rest of my life with each and every one of you, because it's about time somebody dedicated he or she's life to uploading the content that you love and appreciate. And you guys have given me the honor and showed me the honor of becoming your voice of Descendants and Zombies, because there's been something about my voice being attached to the Descendants and Zombies franchises for forever. Is it not? Because I've helped make people make sense of Descendants and Zombies in a way that no other YouTuber has been able to do it. I never know how much of a reach my videos are going to have, how many hearts it's going to touch, but it never fails to touch at least one heart per every video that I upload, and somebody never fails to hit my subscribe button. Now with 3,425 subscribers, I do believe. I don't deserve 3,425 subscribers, but I've got them. Because in your heart, that same passion exists, and we've been able to share in that passion for what feels like forever and eternity, if you would. This has been the greatest honor of my life, talking about Descendants and Zombies. I may live in a house near a soda plantation in a chemical plant that could explode at any given moment, but that's what's so fun and unpredictable about life. You never know what to expect or what's going to happen at any given moment. So the same thing applies, the same logic applies to Descendants and Zombies. We can choose to believe in what the critics are suggesting is going to happen. They need to stop making Descendants and Zombies movies. We've seen enough. I don't believe in that nonsense. I believe in promoting the idea and pushing forward with a franchise that so many millions of people, tens of millions of people, have believed in for forever. Because I know there's a girl watching this video on her tablet or on her phone who just wants to believe in Descendants and Zombies that much more, who wants to feel encouraged and inspired and to be more excited than she's ever felt about Descendants 5 with Wonderland and Zombies 5 happening. Rest assured, Zombies 5 will happen, we just don't know when. And by the time the script is developed, it will be a powerful one. And it will be one that we will forever cherish and never ever forget. I can promise you that. And I can promise you, while other YouTube channels will fade off into obscurity and long be forgotten about, I will forever and always be here because I've been on YouTube longer than many of you have been alive. And I say that with honor and respect to each and every one of you because I know how passionate you are about Descendants and Zombies. So, because I've been on YouTube longer than many of you have been alive, I will be here for forever talking about Descendants of Zombies. While I may never know how passionate Ruby Rose Turner feels about Batman, I do know Meg Donnelly can say I love Batman in Japanese, which I find really cool, because I think Ruby Rose Turner has a lot of pent-up aggression and probably would love to play PlayStation 5 with this guy, because I have a lot of games that Ruby would probably like Sackboy's Great Adventure, or Spyro the Dragon, or Crash Bandicoot. I love these Descendant stars so much, man, and I love them with all my heart. So if there's one guy that's going to show them justice and respect they have deserved for forever when it comes to Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner, don't worry, guys, because I got you. And I love you guys so much, man. I will forever and always support your dreams and your hopes for the franchise. All I ask is that you hit my subscribe button, because I really do want to showcase these franchises for the true worth and the true value that has forever and always existed, that a lot of YouTubers really don't seem to pay enough attention to, or show credit to, or respect when it's deserved. Because Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky have cried for long enough, and it's about time somebody showed up on YouTube and actually was very passionate about, how people believe in Descendants of Zombies. And that's what it comes down to, how much you believe that this franchise will exist for an eternity. Because it really will. There's no other reason why this franchise can't exist for an eternity. People will forever and always suggest they've told enough stories, they've told enough chapters, we've seen enough done and happen for Descendants of Zombies. See you later. There's the door, don't let it hit you on the way out. I've heard it all. And I've seen Kylie Cantrell have her heart broken for long enough about her political point of view, being dragged into conversations, her relationship, her boyfriend that doesn't deserve to be talked about. Somehow we've outshined all this criticism because of this YouTube channel and made it one of the most revered YouTube channels in the world. We're one of the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channels in the world right now, if you haven't already figured that out, because of you. So if you are a fan of Descendants of Zombies who is watching this video, I would love to take your hand on this incredible journey and showcase Descendants of Zombies for its true worth and its true value, because that's what you deserve to see on YouTube. I have prided my passion, I have showcased it for each and every one of you, and I put my heart into each and every video that I've uploaded, because I love Descendants of Zombies just as much as each and every one of you. While I may not have the merch to back up my claim for being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, I know forever and always Descendants of Zombies will have a special place reserved for it in my heart, and that's what's become my greatest honor. Having the honor to record all these wonderful videos for people who feel very passionate about Descendants of Zombies. I may have the biggest crushes in the world on Kylie and Ruby, that's undeniable. But I know I have your guys' love and support, and that's why I will go down in history of being the greatest of all time. While I may never go down in history of being a fan of anything else Disney or Nickelodeon related, and I've offered a lot to Disney and Nickelodeon over the years, believe you me, I know I will go down in history for being one of the greatest supporters of Descendants of Zombies and for having talked about and showcased Descendants of Zombies for its true worth and its true value, because that's what it matters. However much it means to your hearts, and showing it the prestige and the dedication and the love and support it's forever and always deserved. And if there's one guy on YouTube who's going to be very passionate about Descendants of Zombies, it might as well be this guy, because I love Descendants of Zombies just as much as each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for allowing me the honor of being your voice of Descendants of Zombies for however long I've been the voice of Descendants of Zombies, which must feel like an eternity for each and every one of you. And I know eternity seems like forever, a long time, a really long time. But I love being here, talking about Descendants of Zombies. It's something I'm passionate about. I'm very passionate about, and I look forward to every day. And I look forward to having this conversation all over again tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m., which I hope you will join me for. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, do you know I have school tomorrow morning at 8:35 a.m., man? I can't watch you on YouTube. Well, watch me when you get home from school. That's why YouTube videos are archived. Watch me when you get home from school before you do your homework or after your homework. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, I'm very passionate about my homework and my education. Well, watch me after you do your homework. Watch me whenever you want on YouTube, because I really do love uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies for you guys, and I will forever and always be here supporting the franchises that you've known, that you've grown up with, and that you love and support so much, guys. Seriously, thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed here recently. I love you guys with all my heart, and we will have more to say about Descendants of Zombies in the foreseeable future. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel, I promise you I'll make every dream that you have come true, because I will forever and always be supportive of Descendants of Zombies, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to have been your voice of Descendants of Zombies for however long it's been, because it really feels like a lifetime and really like forever, because trust me, guys, forever really does exist, and life is that much sweeter, can only be that much sweeter when all of us are together. Guys, thank you so much for allowing me to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies and to have been a part of all of your lives. It's been an honor. I cordially invite you guys back here tomorrow morning for a new video on Descendants of Zombies. I hope you will subscribe to this YouTube channel, because Descendants of Zombies will forever and always hold a very special place in all of our hearts. Thank you guys so very much.